Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. Detectives are asking the public for information about a stabbing at the Yucca Valley Walmart Plaza that left one man in the hospital. On Sunday night at around 10:45 p.m., sheriff's deputies from the Morongo Basin Station responded to a report of a stabbing at the Walmart Plaza on 29 Palms Highway in Yucca Valley. Deputies say they found a 38-year-old man suffering from life-threatening injuries that appeared to be stab wounds. Deputies administered life-saving treatment, and he was taken to an unidentified hospital where he is being treated. Detectives are actively investigating the incident, and the Sheriff's Department has asked for your help. Anyone with information regarding this incident is urged to contact Deputy Ranslam or Detective Abels of the Morongo Basin Sheriff Station at 760-366-4175. Callers wishing to remain anonymous can call 1-800-78-CRIME. The deadline to file paperwork for a candidacy in a local elected body has passed, but two organizations have extended the deadline in the hope for more candidates. Official candidate listings have yet to be issued by the San Bernardino County Registrar of Voters, which oversees all local elections in the county, including 29 Palms and Yucca Valley. The city of 29 Palms has extended the deadline to file for candidacy for city council. Councilmember Joel Klink, representing 29 Palms District 2, announced earlier this year that he will not be seeking re-election, and as of yesterday afternoon, no one has filed to run for the vacant seat. Officials with the city have extended the nomination period to August 15th, and they declined to provide an official list of candidates in other city council races until the overall deadline. The Morongo Valley Community Services District has been granted extended candidate filing until August 14th. All 5 CSD seats are up for grabs in this election. 2 four-year seats, which are being sought by 3 candidates, Christina Gorky and Lance Fisher, who both serve on the board, and challenger Eva Rolls. The 3 remaining seats are 2-year terms, and so far are being sought by the remaining 3 board members, Stephen Hayden, Lynn Watts, and Johnny Tolbert. Yucca Valley officials told Z107.7 that town council members Robert Lombardo and Jeff Drozd will be running for re-election without any opposition. Among the rest of the Morongo Basin's elected governing bodies, only the Joshua Basin Water District sees challengers. In Division 3, incumbent Jane Yarlberg will face a challenge from Ryan Sherlin, and in Division 5, incumbent Stacey Doolittle will face challenger Deborah Troncalli. Tonight, the 29 Palms City Council gathers for news on Pioneer Days, another storm recovery update, development code amendments, and a discussion of community event grants. Reporter Heather Clisby has more.
The 29 Palms City Council will kick off tonight's meeting with the latest details of the upcoming Pioneer Days presented by the Park and Recreation Department. City Manager Stone James will give the latest report on recovery from the recent monsoons, and there will also be an official recognition of those who helped during the storms. There will be a public hearing on Development Code Amendment Article 4, Part 2, which pertains to lighting standards, noise control, and trash enclosure standards. The council will then consider recommendations from the Event Ad Hoc Committee for funding 7 events totaling $26,000 through community event grants. They would also like to reallocate $12,000 for the 88th Annual Pioneer Days and PAC Community and Youth Art grants. The meeting takes place on Tuesday, August 13th at 6 p.m. at City Hall, 6136 Adobe Road. It can be live streamed or viewed on demand via the city's website, 29palms.org. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Heather Clisby.
The Black Bear Diner Bears are back on the Yucca Valley Planning Commission's agenda. Here is reporter Adeline J. Wells with that and more on tonight's meeting.
The Yucca Valley Planning Commission will kick off their meeting with a public hearing on several amendments to the town's development code. Following the adoption of a general plan update in 2014 and updated housing and safety elements in 2022, town staff has worked to identify various minor code adjustments to ensure consistency between the 2 guidelines. The state has also amended its laws regarding the approval of solar energy systems. Town staff recommends that any of the existing development code standards that are not in accordance with the new state laws be removed. All amendments to the town's development code require at least 1 public hearing before the Planning Commission and Town Council. The Commission will then consider a commercial design review for Black Bear Diner. Following a series of discussions regarding business signage and mascots last year, the Planning Commission updated the Commercial Design Review Guidelines to adopt new standards for the issue. Black Bear Diner has applied to reintroduce several bear statues to their external design plan. The Commission will determine whether said mascots comply with their new guidelines. The Planning Commission will also receive the Land Development Update. Tonight's meeting is open to the public and begins at 6 p.m. at the Yucca Valley Community Center. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
The Morongo Unified School District Board of Trustees holds their first regular meeting of the new school year tonight at 6 p.m. at Joshua Tree Elementary's multipurpose room. Reporter Gabriel Hart has highlights of the meeting's agenda for us today.
Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education Amy Woods will introduce a talk on the Department of Defense Education activity and their military-connected student academic and support program, presented by Vonda Valland. The goals of this program include creating a career technical education feeder program to increase CTE participation, completion rates, articulation, and military-connected parent contact. Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources Stacy Smalling will give a presentation on teaching assignment monitor outcomes. Smalling will also be introducing new members of the MUSD staff. There will be a furniture update and Board of Trustees payment report by Assistant Superintendent of Business Services Sharon Flores. MUSD Superintendent Dr. Patricia Vargas will be giving a data update for the district. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Gabriel Hart.
When directors at the Bighorn Desert View Water Agency meet at 6 p.m. today, they'll be looking to increase the basic facilities charge, also known as the water capital fee for water users and landers in Flamingo Heights. Reporter Mike Lipsitz brings us the rest of the story.
That change is based on meter size and is expected to increase annually as it is tied to inflation. Also tonight, the agency will disclose annual reimbursements for the fiscal year. The public is invited to attend in person at the agency's board meeting office under the old water tower on Cherokee Trail in Landers. Remote participation is also an option. See the story at Z107.7fm.com for a link to the full agenda, which includes information on all options for viewing or participating in tonight's meeting. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Mike Lipsitz.
And finally, a new film festival in 29 Palms is showcasing queer voices here in the desert and from around the world. Announced yesterday, the first annual 29 Queer Film Festival will be taking over Theater 29 for a weekend in September and feature short films, horror films, and even a superhero film. Founded by 29 Palms-based filmmaker couple Graham Colbeans and Jonathan Andre Colatone, they say,
"There's nothing like this that exists here, and there's a community that is striving for representation and that wants entertainment that reflects their lives, and we're trying to bring that to the area."
Yeah, and it's a natural place to make films, so why not watch them here as well? A slate of amazing programming that represents all facets of the queer community, Q&As, and some amazing curated programming, food pop-up, themed concessions,
Drag shows with local performers, and
after party at Out There Bar, and after dark screening for the 18-plus crowd at Scorpion Lollipop.
and 30 films, including 3 features and 27 shorts.
Bang for your buck.
The event is 3 days of queer cinema and activities, beginning with the world premiere of Poppy's Pregnant. Highlights from the festival include the world premiere of Willa Justice, Drag Queen Private Eye, directed by Colatone and starring iconic high desert drag queen Lady Chilane. An award-winning documentary about Joshua Tree's Beauty Bubble Hair Salon is scheduled, along with a special screening of director Vera Drew's now infamous The People's Joker. The event will wrap up with a gala presentation of the Coyote Courage Award to actor Vico Ortiz, known for their role on Our Flag Means Death.
We wanted to create an award that would celebrate and honor a trailblazing performer or creator in our community. Vico Ortiz is someone that we've seen doing some really amazing work, and then they made the crossover to mainstream television on the HBO series Our Flag Means Death.
Often queer artists straddle like big studio stuff and independent filmmaking. So it's really wonderful that Vico has had such great success but also has a film that is smaller budget and just really shows the power of our queer filmic community.
For a full list of screenings and events, or to purchase tickets, visit theater29.org. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmetz.